Individual strategy head at AlexForbes, Rita joins us now to further this discussion. A good afternoon to you, Rita. Let's start with the expected impact on the pension fund sector once these withdrawals start to be made from the 1st of next month.
Well, we are looking forward to this. We're very excited about the outcomes that can be achieved over the long term for all our members and for South Africans in general. We think that the average South African who joins the system now could be 2 times or 2.5 times better off than a person who's already in the system. So we are quite excited about that. It is going to free up some capital in the economy as well. So all good.
I think let's delve deeper into the positives there, the pros that stand out. What would they be, particularly when we think of the flow of money in this country, given the status of the South African consumer, especially as it has been stressed that withdrawing should really be for emergencies, but credible ones?
Of course. So the thing is that we would like to say, and the industry has been trying to say, please be responsible with this money, and the main objective for retirement funds has not changed. It is still there to provide you with an income in retirement. But we all know that life happens, and you can't always wait for retirement to access this money. And so the legislation is trying to be balanced so that it is going to improve the outcomes at retirement, because now people cannot take all of their money when they resign, which is what is happening now. But if you are in dire financial straits, you can access the money in your savings component, which is 1/3 of new contributions. And we have also done studies to say that if you use this money in the savings pot responsibly, you could improve your outcomes. For example, if you can reduce debt, once a year you pay off extra towards your debt, or you save specifically for your education, for your children, you could almost be better off if you then retain the 2/3 that's in your retirement pot.
What then is to be said about the criticism leveled here in terms of the responsibility element not being one that can tangibly be policed?
Of course not, but we are dealing with grown-ups. There are always going to be people who do not spend money responsibly. We cannot improve that, but it is creating guidelines and guardrails for people to protect at least the 2/3. As I said, at the moment, people are taking all of their money every time that they leave an employer, and they sometimes have to leave an employer just to get hold of the money. And that being said, I don't think the average consumer in South Africa is just spending their money willy-nilly. It is that because there are things that happen to you, unexpected expenses, emergencies, a medical event. I don't think it is because people want to be reckless with their money that these things happen and they have to take the money. It is just that sometimes you cannot help yourself. So I do believe that with the right education, and as the financial industry is trying to educate their members more and more, that the outcomes are going to be very positive in the long term.
Speaking of the long term, the implications on the negative side of things, where would those lie?
I'm really pushed to thinking what the negatives would be, because it is giving people access to money when they need it. And if you use the money responsibly, you can really improve your outcomes over the long term. As I said, if you settle debt that is going to put you into a debt spiral, and you can manage to keep your house and you can manage to keep your child in school by making having access to this money, that's fantastic. And then the outcomes will be improved in the longer term as well.
As a parting shot, who should not be participating in this new system that comes into effect in September? I'm already thinking of a young South African who may not have been in the work stream for too long.
Everybody is participating, except if you were a Provident Fund member or Provident Preservation Fund member on the 1st of March 2021. And if you're still in the same fund, then you are not automatically part of the two-pot system. You will be given the opportunity for the next 12 months to opt into the system. But everybody else is pretty much in.
Thank you so much for your input. That's Rita from AlexForbes talking to us about the two-pot retirement system coming into effect on the 1st of September.